In the land of ancient Israel, a young shepherd would one day face a warrior feared by nations, a boy with no sword, no armor, only faith. This is not a tale of human strength, but of trust in the living God. This is the story of David and Goliath. The armies of Israel gathered on one hill, the Philistines on another, with the valley of Elah between them. From the Philistine ranks came a giant, Goliath of Gath, over 9 feet tall, clothed in bronze, his spear like a weaver's beam. Every morning and evening for 40 days, he mocked Israel and defied their God, and the men of Israel were terrified. In Bethlehem, far from the battlefield, a young shepherd named David watched over his father's sheep. He was the youngest of 8 sons, small in stature, but mighty in faith. When lions and bears came for the flock, he fought them off, trusting in the Lord. One day his father Jesse sent him to take food to his brothers at the battlefront. David obeyed, not knowing God was sending him into history. As David arrived, he heard the giant's voice thunder across the valley. Goliath mocked the armies of the living God, and every man shrank back. But David's heart burned with holy anger. How could anyone defy the name of the Lord and live unchallenged? While others saw an impossible enemy, David saw a chance for God's glory. Word spread of the shepherd boy's boldness, and soon David stood before King Saul. David spoke of the God who had delivered him from lions and bears, and who would deliver him from this Philistine. Saul offered his armor, but it was too heavy. David refused, choosing instead the weapon of a shepherd, a sling, and 5 smooth stones. He would not rely on iron or skill, only the power of the Lord Almighty. The valley fell silent as David walked forward alone. The giant advanced, roaring with laughter and curses. Yet David did not retreat. He ran toward his enemy, trusting in the name of the Lord Almighty. He swung his sling, one smooth motion, one perfect strike. The stone flew through the air and sank into Goliath's forehead. The giant fell, face down on the ground. David stood over the fallen giant. He took Goliath's sword and cut off his head. The Philistines fled in terror as the Israelites shouted and pursued them. The battle was over. Israel was saved, not by sword or spear, but by the Lord. For the battle belongs to him alone. David carried the head of Goliath to Jerusalem, and all Israel praised him. Saul marveled, but David gave glory to God. He was still the shepherd boy at heart, humble, faithful, trusting in the Lord. The victory was not his, it was God's. Through one act of faith, the course of Israel changed forever. David's courage was not born of strength, but of trust. God still uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things, when their faith is greater than their fear. No matter the giant you face, remember, the battle is the Lord's.